sight in the 80s and 90s. Not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run on first down. Peoples, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
In your face.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Here's Lance.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 55 yards. And the 49ers have struck first in this NFC title game.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Murray. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Murray now on first down.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Lance now on first down.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's going to be stopped up just short of the first down at the Cardinals' 40-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Now a play fake. Lance.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one. Well, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Lance going to throw.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy.
And the Cards are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
They'll run for the first time with James Conner. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Here's Murray. This one complete to Mecole Hardman.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 41. From the gun, Murray, he finds his man, complete. It's Sherman. And he's got some space here. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 37 yards.
Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Murray flips his forward on a jet sweep. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
From his own end zone, Lance on 3rd and long. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Dante Jackson picks it. When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes you're thinking just run on any down, get some space. There they elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it. Try and create some space, some room. And it went awry, didn't it?
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
I I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Murray a give. This is Connor. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Murray now, 3rd and goal.
He'll swing that out to Edmonds.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Myers able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Second and 10. From the gun, it's Lance.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try the left side. Peoples, and he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On play action, Lance.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 28-yard line.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
On first down, Lance. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Lance looking to throw it.
He finds his man, complete. It's Knight. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
To throw, it's Lance.
And it's caught. Touchdown 49ers. Devontae Adams. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And I think the ball's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
Well, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play. But prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. On first down, Peoples. And he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Throwing on first down is Murray. He finds his man, complete. It's McBride. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
And in the run-up to this championship game, so much was made about how would this offense hold up on the road in a hostile environment. Well, that's not the definitive answer, but what a great first answer from them. That big play right there.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On 2nd and 12, Murray. Escaping the pressure right. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual. As we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, coach. Break it down.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Myers' kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well.
And he loses the football a second time. And the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
So after that sequence, if we're watching both teams' defenses, didn't it feel like a revolving door? One's on, they think they're off for a while. The other has to come on, they think they're on for a while. Then they're off, here comes the other one. Just kept turning the ball over. They've got to cut that out.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Here's Lance to throw it.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack.
Rashard Lawrence able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Now Lance.
That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down.
Shotgun now for Lance.
It's caught here by Adams. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Lance now on 1st down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
Play action. Now it's Lance.
Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it. They sure went against conventional wisdom, calling a pass on 3rd and inches.
Had to be thinking to themselves, the defense is going to overcommit against the run. Should be an easy pitch and catch. Didn't turn out that way.
The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
Yeah, Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Murray now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Murray has the first down and more. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And they have work to do in the second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Murray off play action. He finds his man complete. It's McBride. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdowns to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw into the hands here of Hardman.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff to Connor. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a give to Edmonds. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
And Myers able to knock it through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good.
Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. 75 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for it.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the third time.
Picked off at the 36. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Niners continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time was a pretty one play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They find some open field here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Play fake. Murray. Flush to his right, and he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
We're in the 3rd quarter of the NFC title game. This is 2nd and 10.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Throwing again, Murray. Flushed out right. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, he was looking at a dime formation, 6 defensive backs on the field, so he's looking for anyone to throw the football to, but he didn't have anyone open, so he took off and ran for it, but he came up just short, and that brings up 4th down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. Murray going to throw. And that's incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it.
That's out to the flat for Edmonds.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
1st down, Murray. This will be caught by Brown. Now Brown, he lost the football. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Following the fumble recovery, Murray. Touchdown! A 16-yard touchdown. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they'd been down there. They'd been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. The Cardinal offense not going anywhere. They'll stay out and go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, this has been a bit of a tough game to figure out when it comes to him throwing the football. He's got the 3 touchdown passes, but now, Charles, this is a 3rd interception.
And those aren't really numbers that you'd like to see balance out. In a normal ledger sheet, if you can balance everything, you feel good about your day. But as a quarterback, you need your ratio to be more like 3 touchdown passes to 1 interception.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On play action, it's Murray. Got him in, it's Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. Here's Murray.
Will get this to his running back, Edmonds. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now Murray again. That's caught left side by Hardman. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
2nd and 2.
On the handoff, Connor trucks over him, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Connor. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. One quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and goal from inside the 5. Connor. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Connor. And just nowhere to go for Connor. Defense gets to him, and they mark him short. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Now Murray's got to have this one. And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona. DeAndre Hopkins there to make the grab. And the Cards have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point up and through by Myers. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the 4th quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll run on 1st down. Peoples. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 76 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On first down, Peoples, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll try the left side. Peoples. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Peoples. And this play a lot like the previous one, thanks to that stout Cardinal defense. Back-to-back, they've been tackled behind the line. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
To throw, it's Lance.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
There's a reason the number 4 was flashing through my mind when he let that one go. 3 touchdowns already in his back pocket. The deep ball's been a great weapon for him in this one. Unfortunately, empty on that attempt.
And his kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the 4th quarter, this possession, gigantic. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Throwing on first down is Murray. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Murray now.
He'll swing that out to Edmonds.
Touchdown, Cardinals. Chase Edmonds, 35 yards. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score.
Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance They needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll run on 1st down. Peoples. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Looks like he'll throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Lance. Forced out to his left. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cardinals are right back in this football game. Oh my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
Completes it to Hardman.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Back to throw, Murray.
Locates Hardman for another catch.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Murray to throw. Finds his running back, James Conner. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now Murray. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. To throw is Murray. They'll go out to the flat for Edmonds. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. He'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that's going to tie the ball game at 34. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Going up top. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Connor. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. 43 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Murray from midfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Decision time now on 4th and about 1.5 yards.
I can still hear my high school coach, John Ford, right now. I want my #1 play with my #1 runner over my #1 blocker. Get me the first down. But some may very well say, punt this thing away, pin them down deep, and play field position.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. They're going for it. It's Murray. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, let's begin by trying to get into the mind of the head coach. He's telling us he wants to win the game right now. That's why they went for it and got it on 4th down.
Right there. 54 Mike.
They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You know, Charles, just thinking about it, plenty of recent conference championship games have needed OT to decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
And we can go back a little ways, can't we? Go back 2012. Giants in San Francisco. That was an overtime game. The Giants ended up going on to the Super Bowl. How about the one where the Giants went to Green Bay, Lambeau, and beat the magic of that stadium in that freezing, bitterly cold game and got it done there?
Yeah, it was 2008. It was absolutely freezing, and they went on to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl that year. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Shotgun now from Murray. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. From the gun, Murray. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Well, when they kept the offense on the field, you saw the face I made looking at you like, what are they doing? How did they do that?
Yeah, that's almost a miracle, isn't it? Because the two of us have talked to play callers, and every time we talk to them about going for it on 4th and long, they give us that same look you just gave me. And they always say, I don't have that call on my play sheet, Haas. We just don't have that one. Well, apparently he did, and they got it.
And in overtime, wow.
44 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, partner, recent conference championship games that have been needed to decide who goes to the Super Bowl, what do you got?
Well, if we go back to 2015, how about Green Bay at Seattle? And it looks like Green Bay's got this thing, but Russell Wilson to Jermaine Kearse, that gets it done. And then go back to 2010. We think Brett Favre with the Vikings has the destiny, but they're in New Orleans. It's the Saints. And they get it done. And in overtime, go on to the Super Bowl. And they won that one. They beat the Colts, correct?
Yep. A couple of the more memorable ones for sure. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Gets it to Hardman, a jet sweep, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And he's going to score. It's a touchdown. No flags. And in an overtime thriller, they are moving on to the playoff.
No rest. They get to keep playing.